Hey man, welcome to another episode of Bills United Podcast, man. This episode is called Hot Takes, right? So today we are bringing the energy, but not only that, we here for all the smoke. For all you people who want to be controversial, hop up in these comment sections because we got time today.
Oh
We
yeah.
got time today. But not only that, I'm a big advocate when it comes to mental health. So before we even get the segment started, I want to ask y'all brothers, man, how are y'all feeling, man? How y'all been?
Good. I'm good. I'm rolling, man. I'm ready to go today. I'm ready to
Ready to
go.
It's
go?
hot as it's hot as heck out, but I'm ready to roll. I got the energy, and everybody gonna feel it today.
You
Oh no,
never
that's
lie.
a fact.
You never lie. He got a whole sweater on. He got a whole sweater on, man. I don't know how you wearing that.
Man, listen, because that's what type of time I'm on. Because you know, when I get hot, when I get extra hot, I get aggravated. So that's the type of time I'm on. You feel me?
Let's
But
go.
not only that, man. But I ain't gonna lie, like with me personally, how I've been feeling, I feel a lot better than I have the past 2 weeks. Because one thing I realized, I've been chasing validation instead of chasing my dream. But I had to realize, no, I am validated within myself.
Amen.
And now I'm about to chase this dream that I
Go
have
get
right here, right now, with all my brothers on this panel right now, man. So we about to go and get it. And now, with that being said, man, let's start the show off with big dog. You know what? Hey, listen, we're gonna start off with you, HB. We're gonna start off with you, man. How would you utilize Curtis Samuel?
Hey, man. So honestly, at this point, I will see him more like a sub package player. Um, just flipping on and off with Elijah Moore and Shakir. And I feel like right now, I just want to dig a little deeper into this though, because I know we had this question. We had this question. I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper because you're looking at a dude that's got a 3-year, $24 million contract. He's coming into year 2. He's got the turf toe injury. He's coming off of that, but it's not his first time dealing with that injury. He's dealt with this in Washington, and that's what hindered him there, and he had a quad injury as well. So him coming in with a kind of an injury pass is something that he really didn't get away from in Washington, him coming from Washington to Buffalo. So I think that having that injury, seeing a lot of players go down with that before, seeing Ray Lewis, Pat Willis go down with that. I mean, even the guy we had a few years ago, Zach Moss. I mean, he came, we had to trade him. You know, it's one of those injuries that you really can't shy away from, especially when you got a skill position where you got to cut, you go in and out of your cuts, and that's a position that I wouldn't want to be in, especially going toward the age of 30. He's about to be 29 going into the season, so I don't really see him much as far as doing a big role in the offense this year. I do want to utilize him because if we were to trade him, because we did talk about trade bait, right? If we were to trade him post June 1st, like in dead cap, we'd have for the 2025 season, we'd have $1.7 million. But for the 2026 season, we have $3.4 million. But we will be saving $7.3 million if we were to cut him or if we were to trade him. So, that's kind of like it's a give or take. But going into next year's cap, I did some research and we're gonna be down only negative 2.5 under the cap at the start of the 2026 season. If we're as currently constructed, it's only at negative 2.5 mil. So that'll be 27th in the league as far as the cap. So we're gonna be way down and under. So I wouldn't want to get more dead cap than we already have. But to be honest, I don't see us trading him just because of the financial situation we're going to be strapped under next year. So kick return, I would take off Taron Johnson off the kick return, and I would utilize Curtis Samuel doing that with Laviska Shenault. He has a background in kick return specialist at Ohio State, and he also played running back and receiver, so he's got versatility. Eric Bieniemy has said it before. He said, "Listen, if it's not for his injuries, I'm not surprised about his versatility and what he can do on the field." But I feel like Curtis Samuel has a lot to offer on the special teams that we haven't been able to explore because we have other guys back there. So I would do sub package and kick return specialist.
So just for the people that are out there that don't understand, can you break down exactly what a sub package is?
So sub package guy is just a guy that just comes in and substitutes for certain receivers. So you got Shakir and you got Elijah Moore play more or less the same slot receiver role. So if you got them in bunch packages where you have 2 good outside receivers and 2 slots or a tight end involved in there, you want to have those guys stretch the field in the inside or be able to open up keep another guy open. So having Curtis Samuel with some certain packages like spread packages. We got 4 wide receivers. You sub in for certain guys when they're tired. Just a rotational player. I would have him as a rotational player.
Okay, nah. Valid takes. I like it. What you got for me, Ransom?
Man, listen. I love what he had to say, but for the contract we gave him, he needs to be more than a rotational player.
I like it.
3 years, $24 million. The first year you had a turf toe. You sucked all year except for when we got into the playoffs and you started to catch on because you started to get healthy. He's not a bubble screen guy because it does not work for him. We've seen that last year. He can stretch the field, go over the middle, kick return, do all these things. He also ran the ball like a running back when he was in Washington.
Yep.
So maybe we can see some packages like where Shakir got handed the ball and he ran into the end zone last year or something like that. But for 3 years, $24 million, I need to see more out of you or you got to go, bro. Like, we don't have time to keep people around that are half and half okay, or you got a turf toe injury all the time. We dealt with that when we drafted Watkins.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins. And guess what? Toe injury bothered him his whole career.
Yep.
So I see him having to try to stretch the field, but if he don't have the skill set and our rookie's better than him, then or Shavers, I would rather keep him.
Yeah.
And
But at the same time, we're trying to have as many weapons as we can so everybody can eat and we can make it to a Lombardi. So
yeah,
I digress at the same time.
So I'm not gonna lie. So before I continue, my boy said definitely use him for special teams.
My boy Trev.
What up, big dog? But now check this out though. I actually like what both of you said because, like, for example, right, the special teams, I think that's an amazing idea because he got the speed, he got the agility, and he has pretty good vision. Like you say, he played running back out of for the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
And but also with you, like you said, we pay him too much money for Elijah Moore just to come in here and pretty much take damn near half your snaps. Because Elijah Moore is, let's be honest, he's replacing Curtis Samuel. He already outplaying him. He's faster. You can actually use him on the outside. He's a great outside receiver, just as he is an inside, and he's a good slot. That's a perfect gadget player. Overall, he's a perfect player for that position. And it's kind of like now Curtis Samuel, with that turf toe injury, you kind of hurt your stock. You hurt your stock now, brother. And it's to the point to where it's kind of like we honestly don't need you. But like you said, we do trade him. We can't, like, yeah, we're going to be a little more dead cap space. But that we saving, what you said, 7.6 million?
Yeah, so we're 7.3 million.
7.3 million, bro. That's a lot of money. That's two good role players we could get right there.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, a lot of players are taking discounts to come play in Buffalo because you have a chance to win.
Yeah. So
I ain't gonna lie, I'm stuck between a hard place, but I definitely like me personally. I think he will be used more as a sub package because we got Laviscus as our special team returner.
Yeah.
So I really don't see him even playing that role because Laviscus he specializes in that position. So in my opinion, I can see them using him more like we did Amari Cooper last year as a distraction when it comes to creating within opening the field. Make him more of a vertical threat. So guess what? When you make him a vertical threat and you open up that field, that middle is gonna open for Dalton Kincaid.
Get more of a decoy role, right?
Yeah. So that's what I see from him, and probably some bubble screens. So that's what I see from Curtis Samuel this year.
Okay. I mean,
so
I want to say this. It's ironic how Ransom brought up that we don't really get Ohio State players and we don't get that. And it's crazy enough that we get them when they're like already playing in the NFL and they're like mid players at that. Like we get them at a bargain. It's so ironic that that's what we do. But one thing I do want to bring up, he only eats up like 3% of our whole roster's money. So it's not like he's like getting paid like Keenan Allen type money, but for what we're paying him at 24 million, you're getting good money. But most of it is already given to you at guaranteed signing. So most of that money's already been given to him up front. So that's a good part of his contract. But now, like if we were to let him go, I got a list of teams, man. I got a list of teams that I would trade him off to. There's a good couple teams that need receivers. You got the Chargers, they need a receiver. You got the Rams, they need another receiver, inside receiver. With Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, they need another receiver coming in there. Tennessee needs receivers. Cam Ward,
Sure,
he's out there. He needs receivers. You got Cleveland, Dallas, Seattle outside looking in. I threw them in there for receiver needs. I think that he'd be perfect trade bait for a team that's looking for a spark in the slot position. And there's a lot of cores in the league, like the Cowboys, that don't have a real solidified slot receiver. They just got Pickens and they already got CD. You put in Curtis Samuel in there and you got an offense now. So I would take some calls in Dallas. I'd probably go take the cap to go get him. But what's his worth? I mean, he's going to be 29, so you're looking at a conditional pick, probably a fifth. Debo went for a fifth.
I was gonna say that.
So you're gonna go for a day 2 pick, at day 3 if that, But you gotta eat the cost. Outside of that, or you get a player that's a depth player. But we're already stacked everywhere we're at. And Terrell Shavers, 6'4", 211. I didn't know how big this guy actually was. He's got some length to him, man. And his one catch was 68 yards to the house. So that's a little sneak peek of what he can bring. That lucidity at 6'4", 211. So, and there's another guy that was 6'4" back in the day that played for us that didn't really get to shine all like that because but Hall of Famer T.O. T.O. was 6'4", some change. We're always looking for guys that are lengthy. We got Keon at 6'4". We got Terrell Shavers at 6'4". And then Palmer's he's 6 some change. So everybody else is pretty much on the shorter side of things. If we were to let go of Curtis Samuel, my point being, we still got Terrell Shavers, and I've been rooting for him since last season. But it is what it is. It's about money at the end of the day.
So before we transition to the next thing, I have a question for both of you. Right. So now this is my question. I want you to go first, Ranson, on this. If you was the GM of the Buffalo Bills right now, would you trade Curtis Samuel or would you keep him?
It depends on what I could get for him. Because if I'm paying him $7 million a year, I got to get something decent back because that's money that I can't get back.
Yeah,
that's true.
So at that rate, what am I looking at? Another player, a second-round pick, a third-round pick? It just depends. Like if there's a player that we need and we can make some kind of deal with another team or, they're willing to take his contract on so we can sign another person and he's not utilized here, I would love for them to trade him as long, so it works out for him. Maybe he can get some more playing time somewhere else and maybe we can get somebody here that works better for us in our scheme.
Right.
So at that rate, Shavers, he's fast too. He's 6'4", 211. He's got speed. And
good route runner too.
And what he scored on was a screen. And the Buffalo Bills do not have a good screen game. But his first catch, he took 68 yards to the house. To the house.
One thing I just want to put out there, just so you can have that to memory. He already got $14 million out of the $24 million. He got that already at signing. And then the guarantees was only 15. So over the next 3 years, we only owed him $9 million. So he already played a year. That's already in the dirt. He doesn't get a per game check. So, I am sorry. I think he does get a per game check, but either way, it's only $9 million. So if you were to eat that up, trading him, it still would probably benefit him and benefit us at the same time. Just because, like you said, he did nothing wrong here. I mean, he had a turf injury. It's not his own fault, It's just his health, it's his body. So I would trade him somewhere where he can be utilized and we can get something for him.
Hey, now, before we continue on, man, Pedro, man, Mr. Peasy in the building, man. He said, "What's going on, boys?" He said we need to use Samuel out of the backfield more, man.
Yeah.
So Peasy saying keep him.
I would like that, but for how many percentage of the snaps? What are we looking at? 3%? 2%. I'm not being facetious about it because we have already a ton of backs that I would love to see get a chance to get back there.
The more snaps you take away from James Cook, the less money he's going to get, and the sooner he'll be out of Buffalo.
Yep.
That's what they're doing.
Taking his snaps away that you already take to give to Ray Davis and Ty, and now you're going to have another guy, and then say you have somebody else use it. You're taking James Cook's money out of his mouth, and he feels like maybe that's why he feels the way he does. Maybe he wants to go somewhere that he's used 75% and not 50% because he can't get the money he wants, which I understand that. But at the same time, it's like we got a lot of backs and people that can utilize out of the backfield. So are you willing to take a less number because you're only getting 45% of the snaps? Because if it's better for the team and you don't like it, it's not about you. There is no I in team.
No. That's a good point.
James Cook, I'm just saying, if that do happen, if they do take away some of his snaps, my boy will be a Bronco next year. Hey, remember I said that, y'all. My boy will be a Bronco next year. He won't stay here if we do that to him. I'm telling you that right now. But hold on. But now let's transition, right? Oh, now hold on. Now this is where the energy is coming right here.
All right.
Tyreek Hill, smart remarks towards the Buffalo Bills, man. Hey, listen, man. Ransom, we starting off with you, brother. We starting off with you, man. What you think? How did you feel about that when you heard that?
Hold on. Let's give it a pause. I think that I should start with this one because y'all got some fire. So I'm just going to lay out the land. I'm going to lay out the land, and I'm going to let you guys I'm going to sit back and sip my tea for this one. 45 catches, 2 touchdowns, 5.7 receptions per game, 79 yards per game. And that's what he has since he's been playing the Bills. The floor is yours.
Well, first of all, if the man caught more touchdowns than he has kids, he could run his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And you can talk all that junk about, and when we went to play them, it was beat the hell out of the Buffalo Bills. We're the Kansas City Chiefs, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what, my man? You ain't done crap against the Buffalo Bills. Every time we play you, we lock you down. Okay? First of all. Second of all, you are in Miami. Ha, 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 ha. Which you will probably wind up in last place in our division again this year. So you can be cocky and run that mouth of yours. I had something else to say there, but during the day, it's a family show. So all I got to say is you really need to keep your big mouth off the Buffalo Bills. Because you talk all that junk about what happened in Kansas City, bro. You ain't the dude that was in Kansas City. You are not him. You are half that man. So you can continue to be in a wipe if you want to. But every time the Buffalo Bills come to play Miami and we beat y'all, I feel real happy because somewhere inside of me, I really don't like this man. He's always been cocky. He pointed at us when he ran in the end zone. You know, no one got a penalty, but, you know, Josh Allen runs in the end zone and points to a dude and it's a penalty. Because he's Tyreek Hill. Well, guess what? Tyreek rolled down a hill. We don't give a damn. You ain't nobody. You like Jenny from the block, bro. You get around.
Yeah, that's all. Because, you know what?
Let the gloves off.
I'm about to cook. First of all, 2 weeks ago, you already made me feel some type of way. I shared it on all our social medias. But this right here took the icing on the cake. I know this is a family show, but fuck that. He said we a bunch of bitches. We live rent-free in this motherfucking head. We live rent-free in his head. First of all, you wash, my boy. You've been with Miami Dolphins for 3-4 years now, and you got more kids than you have touchdowns against us, and you over here talking crazy?
Tell him.
You money chasing. This just showed you that you was never that boy in Kansas City. If you was not that boy, man, Patrick Mahomes made you. Because you came over here, you thought you was the Buffalo Bills Dragon Slayer, and all you do is get slayed, nigga. Excuse my language. You make me tight. I am angry right now, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. He got me hyped. Because when we go to Miami, best believe I'm coming to troll. I'm doing something filthy. And I want y'all to be ready for that. I'm gonna have a whole video on what I'm gonna do when I go see that man in Miami this year. Because he catching every slay, he catching every straight, every fade, every bullet, whatever's coming your way, you catching it and you deserve it. Because that is crazy. A bunch of bitches. And then he said, what he say about us? He said the fans got CTE. Where? Because when we play y'all, we already put 2 wins on our schedule. We already know we 2-0. Offer it. We know we 2-0 every season as soon as the schedule drop. And you got the nerve to talk crazy to me, to us. We your dads. Josh Allen own you. As soon as you start talking crazy, you got the Josh Allen curse. You haven't been able to touch your sense. But you know what? I'm gonna calm down. So I'm about to barbecue fry this motherfucker. That's where I'm at. But I'm gonna calm down. But I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you go, bro.
We're gonna go into a man defense philosophy this year, and it's ironic that he called us out. Not once, but twice. And I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's frustration that he's getting in his 30s. You know, maybe it's the fact that he's stressing. He's got some family drama that surfaced the internet. You know, he's still dealing with a wrist injury that he's trying to play off. Why he can't catch the ball because of his wrist. I'm telling you, it's not even that serious. After all that time he had to heal, it's not that serious. You can cut all your hair all you want. You can go bald. You can say that you're a new dude, that last year was a trip up. You're going to see that when you have no more speed in your 30s, dude, it's over for you. Yeah, you might be fast and everything. You come to Buffalo, man, you're going to be freezing your ass off. And there ain't shit you can do. When you hide, you can't hide in January. And you better pray you don't get to January coming to play over here. Because it's going to be scary for you. Just how it was in KC, it's going to be worse. Dude, ask Jalen Ramsey. Ask Jalen Ramsey what it was when you was talking to Josh. He hasn't beat him since. He's never beat Josh after all that shit. You think they're not going to circle that? And I'm sorry, yeah, this is a family show, Ransom, so I appreciate the respect, brother. I really do. But he spoke that French to us. And I had just texted. I told him, I went like this because I was like, you better let Joey know. That we gonna take the gloves off because this is uncut now. You had a lot to say about us, and yeah, we had to bleep it out or whatever. But you know what? It's fair game. Talk all the shit you want. We gonna be there, and we gonna win. There's two wins already in the board, so it don't even matter.
I got one more thing. I got one more thing to say about that.
Yep. So we got a new person in the chat, Dalton Smith. He said, "What's up, bros? It's frustrating." And he said, Jalen Ramsey been burnt. Oh yeah,
What's up, Dalton? That's my boy, Dalton.
Yeah, welcome to the chat, Dalton.
Man, welcome to the chat, Dalton.
Tyreek Hill. They interviewed him, and he said straight out, if you jam me at the line, it's over. When you play Tyreek Hill, you need to be right on him because once you jam him, he can't get back that speed because you already hit him. So he can talk all that crap. He can say he hates Bills Mafia because we throw snowballs. We don't give a fuck. We're the Buffalo Bills. We are Bills Mafia, and my brothers and sisters out there in the stands and watching TV across the globe will eat your ass alive when you come to Buffalo this year. Mm-hmm. So all you did, bro, is fuel the fire. You threw gas on the shit and threw the match, and now we have to show you what it is. We're going to shut you down this year.
And it ain't even just them. It ain't even just them. Baltimore talking that stuff too.
Oh, that new
we
safety.
Can't wait to get to Baltimore.
Oh my
God! So much fun last year. We had so much fun last year.
Lamar Johnson will be returning in September, y'all boys. Lamar Johnson will be back.
We already
Y'all
got,
don't know
we already got him on the exclusive interview list.
If y'all don't know, check it out. Then some of the old episodes. Y'all gonna know who Lamar Johnson is real soon.
Yeah. If you don't know him, get to know him.
Yeah.
And I got one more thing. I got one more thing to say about this guy before we transition. Right. So even with Tyreek Hill, I feel like we talking to the Browns. You on the Browns of the AFC East, my boy. We can't even take y'all serious. Can y'all get above 500? Can y'all even make the playoffs?
They can't play in cold weather.
They can't play in cold weather. When the last time I even beat a team over 500? I'm trying to one team who have one of the worst records against 500 teams or teams above 500. Your team is sorry, my boy. And you coming for the wrong team, my boy. And you gonna get this work. You gonna get this smoke. Be ready, be prepared, because we coming and we here, big dog. We here.
Hey,
so now,
for the guys like Dalton that just joined the chat too, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, tap in. We here every Monday. We try to do it from noon to 1. We had to make a couple audibles today, but noon to 1 every Monday here. Bills United Podcast. We got a lot to offer, man. We got a lot to offer. We just started. We just getting started.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what time it is? It's time. It's time for that good. It's time for that good segment, my boy. If we don't win, man, who's on the hot seat? Who's getting kicked out of Buffalo if we don't go to the Super Bowl this year, man? Hold on. I don't even know where to start. Hold on. You know what, Ransom? I need you to go, big dog. I need you to go. What you got for me? Who's on the hot seat?
Well, let me tell you something. Bobby Babbage is not on a hot seat. He just got here and he's doing his job. We got one of the best offensive coordinators in the league. We got the best defensive line coach in the league. We brought in a new special teams coach as one of the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of an odd man out situation.
Oh, for sure.
My man just came here. He changed the culture. He got us to a team where we make it to a championship game every year, and this man has never got us over the hump. This man is a man who says that he is a defensive guru, but for some reason, our defense is always letting us down, and we cannot stop the run. His name happens to be Sean McDermott. You have had 8 years with a generational talent like no other named Josh Allen, and, sir, you did not show up. You shit the bed. I'm sorry to say this, but let me tell you something. I don't like talking about anybody from Kansas City, but look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid took a bunch of crap. He was kicked out of towns. They talked crap about him and everything else, okay? 3 times. He finally went to Kansas City and got Patty Mahomes. And he built around him to work with Patty's strengths. You know what the Bills did? They went out and got one receiver, which was Stephon Diggs, which was a second. He was never a number one. I hate to say this. Maybe the first year he was here, but he was never a number one.
Tell him.
But the whole focus for me is you are a defensive-minded head coach and you can't get the fucking line right. How hard is this? You go out and you get big men that like to hit and ain't baby soft shit. We need some dogs like drooling, like they on the chain. We need that. We can't keep doing this. This is the best year for us to grab a Lombardi, sir. The best year. We have the 5th easiest schedule in the league. All we got to do is get through a couple games, and then at the end of the season, there's a little gauntlet, which I'm not scared of nobody. Everybody out there can say what they want. Oh, we're playing Lamar Jackson opening day. We're going to eat opening day, boys. We're going to eat. We're going to show them this is the last opening day in Highmark Stadium, the old. All year, every game in this stadium will be an ass whooping. We are going to show the NFL day one against the Ravens, who keep stacking all these big names, that we can still stomp your ass out. So I will see you opening day when the birdies try to fly, but the crow winds up dead.
like that, man. I like that. Now, hold on.
What a promo! I love it.
Before I let you cook, bro, that's funny, right? I got Pedro, my boy said, my man Joey cutting a WWE promo right now.
Hell yeah, I literally said, what a promo. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I got something. Let me see. What's Del say? Okay.
Dalton Smith, Bills need offensive-minded coach. They haven't got an offensive-minded coach since Doug Marrone.
Yeah, Doug Marrone.
Think about this. If we had an offensive-minded head coach with Josh Allen, what you think would happen?
Oh, this is a good point too, right? I think Sean McDermott hasn't got over a hump since he was Panthers DC. Panthers got destroyed by Broncos in Super Bowl. It sounds like Sean McDermott reached his ceiling. Because he couldn't get it done in the Panthers with a generational quarterback just like Josh Allen and Cam Newton.
Oh, let's not get me started about him wasting Cam Newton's career, because I have a whole nother conversation for that. Because if you wasted Cam Newton, who was another generational talent, and you waste Josh Allen, who was another generational talent, guess what? You are the coach that had two generational talents that can't get it done.
That's insane.
I'm sorry. I'm hot. I'm hot about this. I've been hot since 13 seconds.
We all hot.
Some goddamn prevent defense when you know they weren't going to lay down. Come on, man. That was Sean McDermott. That was not Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier took the fall for that. Then Duval took the fall because, because Duval was telling Sean McDermott, shut the hell up. I know what I'm doing. And Sean wants to have his finger on every phase of the game. That's what's wrong.
See, you kind of messed me, maybe break character a little bit, but nah, but on some real though, I think that is kind of crazy because it's like, is Sean McDermott really a Super Bowl coach? I mean, is he really a Super Bowl caliber coach? Because that's the real question at that point. Because I ain't think about the Panthers, and he shit the bed with them, completely shit the bed. Then every time we got big games, we shit the bed.
Did he, or was it Cam Newton that didn't?
Don't blame it on Cam. Don't blame it on Cam, bro. Don't blame it on that one play.
Points. They only gave up 24 points. It wasn't even a blowout. It wasn't like they got stomped out. It wasn't like John Fox's Denver Broncos. It wasn't that. It was more of the offense on that end of the spectrum.
24 points is still a lot of points. You know that, dog. You two field goals or one touchdown away from 30.
Not when you're the number one offense in the game, though. At that point, they were the number one offense in the league. They were dabbing all the way to the end zone. They was blowing teams out left and right, dude. It wasn't even close. And the only times it was close when he had faced Drew Brees, and that was in divisional when they were going shootouts. And I remember that too. They had Greg Olsen, the crew. He was working with nothing either. He had Philly Brown. You don't even remember who Philly Brown is.
I never heard of him a day in my life.
Exactly. He's another Ohio State wide receiver, small guy. Ted Ginn, old as hell at that point. Teddy Ginn, another Ohio State guy.
Right.
Old as hell, though, at that point. He was still putting up decent numbers. Kelvin Benjamin tore his ACL that year. They still went all the way. They had to rely on two running backs. Who's in that situation now?
But we got
that.
But check this out, right? Pedro has said a very valid point. He was like, McDermott was the defensive coordinator in Carolina, completely different, right? That is correct. But yo, before I continue, Pedro, put down in the comments on how you on if you think he's gonna be gone this year or not. If we don't make it to the Super Bowl. But now that's a great point because guess what? Like you said, they made it with who you said they made it with? They made it with Calvin Benjamin, Tegan, I forgot the other dude's name, right?
Nah, Calvin Benjamin tore his ACL that year. So
he did.
Philly Brown, Greg Olsen.
And guess what? Did they make it because of that offense or did they make it because of that defense?
They made it because of the offense and the defense.
Exactly. No, they made it mainly because of that offense. That offense was disgusting.
They didn't have Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis.
But that offense
going in there. They have Norman in his prime. They have Godfrey back there.
First of all,
about Charles Godfrey.
First of all, let's be honest. Hold on. Let's be honest. When anybody talk about, if anybody talk about that Panther team that went to the Super Bowl, they don't ever bring up the defense. They always bring up that offense.
They
always bring up Cam Newton. Yes, they do.
If
there's anybody that they bring up on defense, it's only Luke. Let's be honest, bro.
So it was, bro. Ask anybody.
That's the only one they bring up.
Ask anybody. They gonna know who Thomas Davis is. Thomas Davis was one of the Ironmen that came back from like 4 different procedures and still came back and played. Like life-changing procedures too. It still came out and played. Straight dog. But he don't get none. Greg Hardy's still being talked about. Good or bad, he's still getting talked about. So I mean, Charles Johnson, one of the legends over there too. He's one of those durable defensive ends they had in the league at the time too. Pretty much played his whole tenure over there. If not played his whole tenure there.
Dalton Smith. People were hyping Josh Norman that year.
Everybody has a good year, Dalton. Everybody, because look at Benford. Benford had one good year, and now everybody's on him too. And next thing you know, he's a CB1 here. I'm sorry.
He had two good years, bro. Not just one. Put some respect on his name now.
Come on.
He had 2 good years.
You know that he really shined this year though. Out of all the years, it was this year, and it was statistically. When you're down by a certain amount of points, you're gonna look good too. Wait until we get tighter games, and then I'll see what it's looking like. Because it didn't look so good versus LA. It didn't look good versus Detroit. It didn't look good in those games when it was tight. We had very few tight games in in last year's season. But you know what? Shout out to Peasy because he already know where I'm gonna go. Let me talk to you real quick.
Oh snap!
Let me talk to you real quick. Sean McDermott, I don't care. He on the hot seat. He got to go after this season because he's on pace to be the Marvin Lewis of this era for the Buffalo Bills. We have not had a consistent coach since him, but now he has been a 500 coach. He's no different than Mike Tomlin now. He's 7-7 in the playoffs, 500. This year will break that. This year will break whether he's a 500 coach or above 500 coach in the playoffs, and he better take it the whole way. I don't care who he gets as far as challenging plays. 1 for 5 in challenges this year or this past year. 1 for 5 and you go get help and you go 1 for 5. He hasn't been a good challenging coach either. This guy literally in critical situations can't get it done. You go the whole first half with bad play calling. Who you gonna blame? Joe Brady? You gonna blame Joe Brady after a successful season he had as far as running the ball? No, because he is the successor over there in Buffalo. Little does he know, because he could have went out and got a head coaching job somewhere else, but he knows where his talent lies, and it's here in Buffalo. Now, I can't wait for that day to happen, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not willing to give up 73-41 versus all the Dick Durans, the Rex Ryans, the Doug Marones. Even though Doug Marone went 9-7 when he was here, Doug Marone had one of the just grossest offenses. We were dead last in almost everything. We struggled. We had Kyle Orton at quarterback. Could barely get 2 touchdowns up every game. We survived that year because of the defense. And guess what? We let go of those guys too. Just for us to get destroyed right afterwards. I'm gonna let go of Sean McDermott after this year. I don't care what they extended him to. Because there's gonna be so much heat coming out from the fan base. It's not just gonna be Joe, it's not just gonna be me. It ain't gonna be you. You gonna end up saying, you know what? How are we gonna fire Babbage after year 2?
Okay.
How are we gonna fire Joe Brady after he just putting up 30 points a game, just running the ball? Because you only just ran the ball. You made him one-dimensional all year, still put up 30. You made Josh the MVP. What else do you want? Made him an MVP with barely any receivers. And now you're at 500. You're at 500 going into this year. What do you got for me now? What's going to be the excuse this year? What's going to be the excuse this year when we fall short again and then got to sit in here at the same table saying, what do we need to do this year? Do you want to go through the same vicious cycle?
That's
or do you,
pain.
Is it just time?
Pain.
Is it just time to play and touch the reset button and just start all over again? Not all over again. Not that all over again. Because you still got Josh in the helm. You got everybody under contract. But you got to find a reason to get over the hump. And right after that, silence all the critics. Because this is the year for it. Go ahead.
See, so now, check this out. I'm going to put up a comment before I go. Dalton Smith, is it just me? Or Sean McDermott has too much ego? Too much? I mean, honestly, I feel like he don't have enough ego. That's why he won't play enough. That's why he won't play young players.
Oh, I think the opposite. I think he does have an ego.
Dan Campbell got ego. I don't think Sean McDermott is nowhere near on the level as Dan Campbell.
I think Dan Campbell's the ultimate players coach, bro. He feels everybody. I think that Sean McDermott, I think Mike Vrabel, I think guys like those guys are ego guys. You know why? They got wrestling backgrounds. Wrestling background like mentality, bro.
Great point.
They have the ultimate ego. They feel like they could beat everybody's ass. They don't care. Their shit doesn't stink. That's just what it is. They feel like once they have the power, then nobody else matters. It's their way or the highway, and that's how it's been since he's been there. But the thing is, he's not a verbal as far as like the ego is concerned. Like he's not one of those rah-rah guys. He's one of those guys that behind the sheets, behind the scenes, he's one of those like, yo, it's my way or the highway. But in public, it's like, no, well, we're doing the best we can to win and so on and so forth. That's what he strikes me as. Over the years, it's what he strikes me as. Because everybody getting fired and him just being so nonchalant about it, had nothing to say. It's not in your hands. There's got to be something in your hands, bro. You're the head coach.
He is cocky. He's got a little thing because he's a wrestler, like you said. That boy in his head, he's like the ultimate warrior.
Yeah.
He's out there shaking the ropes and doing all that. Because if you hear the article that he put out, he said he has to have his finger on every phase of the game. Every phase of the game. You can't even run the defense, my boy. So you had a guy come in so that you could challenge plays and not suck, and you still lost most of them. He's a referee that comes in that knows just what to challenge, and you still lost.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's so cocky that he don't have to do certain things. Well, guess what, my boy? This year you are going to have to play rookies on defense. And the funny thing is, he actually went on air in an interview and said he will have no choice but to play a lot of rookies on this defense this year. So maybe he's learning 8 years later, going into year 9. Damn, if I had a kid, he's almost halfway to 21. It takes you that long to learn? Did you go to BOCES or something, my boy?
Probably did.
Did you get an IEP diploma?
I tell you, if he got his finger on everything like he said he do, then he need to be the first person gone. Because if he's the reason why we didn't get anywhere, then he's got to go.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think our defensive coordinator is calling the defense?
No. Well,
Sean McDermott tells him what he can run and what he can't run. So if you're looking for something new on defense, like, oh my God, we've never seen that. It's not going to happen, my boy, not with him.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I'm about to throw a haymaker at y'all, and it's gonna hurt y'all. I'm gonna throw a haymaker at y'all, right? So I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna start it off like this, right? When Sean McDermott first got to the Buffalo Bills, right? When we had Brian Daboll and all that, when we had Frazier, when we had Ken Dorsey, he always had his hand on the offense side and the defensive side. I feel like once Joe Brady came in, he kind of like he backed away from the offense and let Joe Brady take care of that. Now I feel like he don't really have much say so when it comes to the offense, to the game plan, but maybe when it comes to the challenges, I mean, he got something. I don't think he have anything. I think he's comfortable now with letting Joe Brady take care of the offense. On a defense aspect, I think Bobby Babbage called the plays, but I do think they game plan together during the week. But I think when the game actually starts, I believe that Bobby Babbage is taking over the whole entire play calling. Yeah. But he probably do go to Sean McDermott when it comes to making adjustments. Because I don't know what it is. That if we could get Sean McDermott one thing, it's adjustments. He got that on lock. Right? So I think he matured a lot when it comes to the aspect of being ego to where he won his hands and everything. I think he went away from that a lot. But also too, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because I understand the perspective. He got us to the AFC Championship twice. We keep losing in the playoffs, right? He's about to get the Andy Reid treatment from the Eagles. Yeah. You got us there, but you can't get us there. You can't get us over the hump. And like, who do we have right now to replace him? Who's gonna step up? Is they gonna bring up Joe Brady to coach? Or are they gonna grab another? Are they gonna grab another coaching that's out there? Like, who's gonna be able to replace him? So that's a big thing right there. And then number two, it's kind of like he done so much, and it's kind of like, let's be honest, we failed last year because of a major injury. We struggle a lot during injuries because we always injure in the playoffs. That's why we struggle in the playoffs. So is it really his scheme, or is it because of the injuries? Like, what exactly can it be? You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's really a tough pill to swallow. But I will say this: if we don't win the Super Bowl, Sean McDermott, you getting the fuck up out of here, big dog. You getting up out of here. We moving on. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I just say all the nice things about you, but guess what? We still don't got no Lombardi yet. We still ain't making past the Chiefs. A team beat us 4 times in a row. It was 3 different teams. It's the same team. And if you can't beat, and let's be honest, he was under Andy Reid when he first came into the coaching tree. Andy Reid know him like the back of his hand. That's why you can't beat him. You can't outthink Andy Reid. You can't outbeat him. And it's proven. It's a proven fact. At this
Not
point,
when it counts.
Not when it counts. So now at this point, I'm if we play the Chiefs in the playoffs this year, I ain't talking crazy at all. Because I don't have no hope. Because you showed us time after time, you can't beat the man who taught you what you know. So I ain't gonna lie, if you don't make a Super Bowl this year, you getting the fuck up out of here. It is what it is. Do I want to get rid of you? No, because I don't know who we gonna find. It's just as good or even better. But you got to go. Something got to change, and it's you.
Just be prepared. That's gonna be Joe Brady. Because if Sean McDermott goes, the Beans got to go too. They were a joint deal when they first came here, and he said it. Brandon Beane said it. He said Josh Allen didn't pan out. That him and McDermott will be gone. Meaning that they're a joint deal. So if one goes, the both go. But I think that they have to hire from within. So I think that to keep Beane, you have to keep somebody on staff that's going to take that's going to take that role and be comfortable there. I think the perfect person to groom is Joe Brady, offensive coach. That's what we want. We don't want another defensive coach. Sorry about that. There's a lot. Hold on.
Yep. But also too, I want to bring up this one. I want to bring up 2 comments. One from Dalton Smith. I think honestly they promote Bobby Babbage as DC way too early. I don't think he was ready. I 100% disagree. And the reason why I disagree, because Bobby Babbage was a linebacker coach, and one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, he had our linebackers always ready. Always ready. And then but not only that, last year we did pretty well. If I'm being honest, I think we was one of the worst teams on stopping 3rd downs. He do need to improve on that. But outside of that, when it comes to coverage, when it comes to scheme, I think he did pretty well last year. What's your opinions on that?
I'll let Joey go first on that one.
I think we got one of the best linebacking cores in the league when we have Matt Milano healthy. Because when him and Bernard were both healthy at the start of the season when they played together, we were intercepting everybody and stopping everything. And then Milano went down, and we haven't been the same since. So, like, I don't think that it was too early. I just think that it's hard to learn when your coach tells you you can only do so much. When your coach handcuffs you and says, you can only do this, this, and this. Well, I want to do that. No, that's out of the question. You're limiting the team and the plays that you can run because you only want to run one scheme. Bend but don't break. Well, guess what, my boy? It's been broke because if it wasn't, we'd be in the Super Bowl by now.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
I agree.
And a bridge will break in the weakest point of the bridge. And the weakest point is Sean McDermott.
Yeah. Hit the nail right in the coffin. I mean, I think that I mean, as far as being too early, I don't think it's too early. I think that for his first year ever being in charge at that point and being at the top this time instead of being on the ground with all the players, being at the top of the building, I think he did great for year one. As far as adjustments, it's a group collaborative thing. So, like Ken was saying earlier, it's more of a collaborative thing. And so I think that as far as the adjustment this year is concerned, you add man philosophy, you change scouting teams, you add depth in the draft. You literally have X'd out everything and exhausted everything that you possibly could. Extended everybody that you needed, except for James Cook. You got everybody else settled. You got the staff settled. You know what you're doing now. They got the dude last year for the challenge in the play, still went 1 for 5. There's no excuse for that.
Nope.
Everything's already set, and his hand is on everything, and he still don't get it done, then he's got to go.
So I ain't gonna lie. We have 2 haymakers in this comment section. I want to pull it up because this is a big one. From Pedro, Bill Belichick decides college isn't for him and takes over for McDermott. And then Kennard Jones, what up, Onk? What up, Onk? I appreciate you tuning in, man. Belichick should be the Bills coach. I ain't gonna lie. I want one of y'all to cook. I want to go last on this because I'm gonna cook on this.
I'm gonna take this one. Hell no. Guy runs a 3-4 defense. Guy literally sits Malcolm Butler. Could you imagine? Sitting in your best corner in the Super Bowl? You imagine having an ego like that? You want to talk about egos? And dude, that's ultimate ego at its finest. This dude is off the Tom Coughlin type tree of discipline. Like, I don't care what you have to say. It is what it is. It's my team. And then you lose. I don't want that here. I'm not a Patriots fan, and I would have a bad taste in my mouth if that happened. So it is what it is. Could he have been the Mike Shanahan of the NFL, making all the Super Bowls and not winning and not getting it done if it wasn't for Brady on the team? We had the same conversation. He probably wouldn't have been one of the most successful if it wasn't for Brady. So we're going to bring him here for what? So he could do the Rex Ryan and change everybody up again? Hell no. I don't want to do that. I'd rather keep what we got right now, stay competitive, and just fix everything we have. We already did that this all season. So what are we out here switching for? Give him one more shot, one more year, and this is it. After that, you promote Joe Brady, you start over again. But you don't start all the way over. You're right there still, but you got offensive-minded coach. And have Bobby Babbage actually do the job that he's set to do, and that's call the defense. A group collaborative, everybody eats type of machine that you could build here without Sean McDermott being here. You set all the pieces, and then you just get somebody that's offensively minded and get it done. Please get it done before I die. That's all I ask.
See, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Hell no. First of all, we're trying to get rid of these defensive-minded coaches. We're trying to get them the hell up out of Buffalo. That's what number one. Number two, he's going to completely change the culture. He is the opposite of what we have now. And everybody say Josh Allen soft. What you think he gonna act? How you think he gonna act with a Bill Belichick? Mm-hmm. And Pedro commented. He said, "Yeah, but Bill Belichick, he wins, and that's all that matters." But he had Tom Brady. And then not only that, now that Bill Belichick retired from the NFL, and then a lot of players that used to play for the Patriots retired, they actually said a lot of them actually hated him. They said they hated playing for that man. We don't need that. We don't need that type of energy in Buffalo. Let's keep that a buck.
They had the same energy when Chan Gailey came here and he started ripping the TVs off the locker rooms and not the locker rooms, but the weight rooms and everything, and it was just straight up iron in there, and that's it. Iron and mirrors, and that's it. And very old school. That does not work this time around.
And also too, and he is going to have Josh Allen. I ain't gonna lie, Josh Allen can only do so much, but think about it. What did Bill Belichick do to all his running quarterbacks? Every time he had a running quarterback, how did that turn out for them? How did Cam
Not
Newton
good.
turn out?
Not good.
How about Garoppolo? Oh, we traded him before we even gave him a real chance.
Garoppolo was soft though. That's another.
What
guy.
about what's his name? Is it Jacoby Brissett? Brissett?
Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, another.
They got rid of him.
Yeah, journeyman quarterback. Yeah.
He do not know how to use current players, modern players, at certain positions. This team will collapse. That's my opinion. I think he would destroy our whole team. Our coach is not built like that.
He's a defensive-minded coach with Tom Brady that's able to give him, like, listen, this is what I'm seeing, an over-sophisticated quarterback. That's what he had over there in New England. It's not the same.
It's not. Because let's be honest, including Josh Allen, because me, HB was on Josh Allen last year. These quarterbacks don't even have to read defenses no more. They use a natural talent, so they don't have to do audibles. We don't have that. He needs that. So I don't know. I just think it's a bad fit for us.
We wouldn't even have the personnel to deal with it. We wouldn't even have the personnel. He runs a multiple defensive front, 3-4 base. It wouldn't get it done.
I think Belichick will make a Super Bowl machine at the end of it, and then
everybody would think that because it's Bill Belichick. But we would never know. But look at what he did when he didn't have Brady.
Comparing those quarterbacks to Josh's, apples and oranges. And I'm gonna put one more before, because I want to get your opinion on that. Joey Hatch, Patriots was part in a scandal like Tuck Rule, Spygate, and Deflategate. Very valid, very valid. You can't deny that. How you feel about Bill Belichick coming to the Buffalo Bills, Ransom? What you got for me?
Well, they have that old saying: if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. And I am one of them people that says, hell no!
There you go.
Are you kidding me? Bring Bill Belichick. That's like saying, let's bring Tom Brady in as the quarterback's coach.
Yeah. Disgusting.
I hate to say it, they'd probably get it done, but hell to the no. No.
Yo, let them know.
It will be that would be so bittersweet if they do come and we won a Super Bowl. That would be a bittersweet Super Bowl for me.
Nah, all that stuff that Tom was talking about, man, listen, I still got that in my mind. All that stuff you talk about Buffalo, man, I can't get over it.
Oh, yeah. No, he catching that fade when I see him.
Yeah.
Just like when he played around with Josh Allen. He said, hey, Josh, you ever seen one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, he catching that fade, bro.
He said, I seen one. And then Josh Allen gave him a golf ball of a picture of his fat ass on his pro day. He was a pudding eater. He wasn't that good. The best thing about Tom Brady is he watched film like nobody's business.
Yeah.
He knew where your defense was going before you even got there.
He knew the dude's wives and kids before he even went up to the field.
And the difference between a lot of quarterbacks and Tom Brady is Tom Brady will check down to anybody. He is captain check down. And guess what? He won a bunch of Super Bowls with it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I'm willing to put. I ain't gonna lie. I am willing to put my feelings aside too. But you know what else my feelings is telling me? That he won't be able to get it done here. I just don't see it. Sadly.
Nah. And by the time he gets everything wrapped around his finger the way he wants it, it's no different than Sean McDermott's way of doing things. I want my finger around everything, and all these people are going to be my staff. That's how Bill Belichick ran the Patriots. That's how he's running North Carolina, and that's how he would run the Bills if he came to the Bills. So you get over this notion that he's going to come here and be the Messiah for us, because he won't be. And by the time he is, we're going to get a whole new damn quarterback because Josh will be too damn old.
Yeah.
So just look at it in that point. By the time 3 years goes by, he'd be damn near out of his prime. He might be a more passing quarterback at that point than a running quarterback. So I wouldn't even think about that.
And also too, hey man, we about to pass an hour, so the show is going to end soon, man. If y'all have anything to say, man, put it down in the comments right now, man. Bring all the smoke, bring all the opinions, all the controversy. Put them in the comments right now, man.
This is where the fun begins.
All right, what we got here? What we got here?
Just wrap it up.
Pedro is very different. He has 5 reasons why he's different. Why he's different than McDermott. What's the 5 reasons? Put them 5 reasons down in the comments. Let's see.
5 reasons.
Dalton Smith have a valid point. What has Belichick done since Brady left?
He got
a valid point.
He got a younger girlfriend. That's it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And he got a job in college.
Yep.
That's legal. That's because he got so much money that's legal. R. Kelly right there. That's what he is.
Watch out for the baby oil.
Hey, listen. He's Hugh Hefner right now, dude. He's on Hugh Hefner time.
He says very different because he got 5 Super Bowl titles.
All right.
Dalton Smith, if you are Bills GM, who would you sign from free agent ASAP? Who would I sign from free agency ASAP if we had the money? I'm going straight for a Trent from the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
I'm going straight for him. Cause I feel like that's the only position to where we really need help. Or safety.
If healthy, and we had the cap space, Keenan Allen.
Yo, you love Keenan Allen, bro. You've been saying that. You've been a big advocate for him for almost 4 years.
I just would have gotten him probably more than Palmer, to be honest with you. But like Palmer's younger, so I get why they took Palmer. But Palmer's like just one of those guys, like, you know, you're getting him because he's younger and he's got promising skill set, but not proven skill set. So there's difference between promise and proven. And I would have took Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen's like 14, 15 mil to just get him building. So I wouldn't go over there.
And then Pedro said, who he signing? Justin
Trey
Simmons.
Hendrickson.
It's not good. That's a good one.
Justin Simmons, all right, yeah. He signed he signed with he was at the Broncos. He did good with the Broncos, good veteran piece. Yeah, that's good. We'd have to go safety. Yeah, we'd have to go safety because Cole and Hamlin just haven't been really healthy, you know, in the mini camps, mandatory mini camps. So,
and also too, I just want to put this question out there for y'all. I want you and Ransom to answer this for me, right? I feel like we have a new rival. I feel like this team is more of a rival to us than the Chiefs are. To me, I don't know what it is. It just feels personal to me now. Beyond the Chiefs level is the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? It's the Baltimore Ravens. I feel like that's a whole new rival now. But now with that being said, just out of curiosity, I just want to know y'all opinions on this. Do y'all think Zaire Alexander actually get them over the hump? Do you actually think that was really beneficial for them? I just want y'all opinion. Yeah, I don't got to go too in depth. I'll
let Joey go first.
There's one problem with Baltimore, and it's not that he sucks. It's just he chokes. Lamar Jackson, for some reason, if you look at his past and his background, he chokes against every team that he plays. For some reason, Josh Allen only chokes against Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
I swear to God. Well, if you watch the video of the 13 seconds with Josh sitting on the sideline, when they scored them points, and you look him in his face, you saw it break him a little bit.
He was empty. His eyes was empty.
It broke him a little bit. And ever since then, he's tried even harder. But the problem is if you don't build around your quarterback, every game he has to put a cape on. Because if the offense was that good and you built around him working to Josh Allen's skills, you wouldn't have to do that. He wouldn't have to be breaking his hand and having all these injuries and brush burns all over his arms and everything else. He wouldn't have to do that because you have the players.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, do you know why he choking the playoffs? It's not because he gonna run. Lamar Jackson does not have the arm talent to play in cold weather. He don't have the arm talent. And every time he lost twice to the Chiefs. He lost to us twice. And did y'all know in each one of them games he had a fumble and an interception? and every single one of them lost, he's not meant. His play style, his arm, he's not meant for the big game. He could get you close, but he's not meant for that right now. He still got a lot more growing to do.
Because if you look at the game that we played against them last year when they beat us, who beat us? I can tell you it wasn't Lamar Jackson.
Oh, no.
It was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's what beat us. Not
you seen him lately? He looks like a damn unit. He looks like a unit. So his conditioning is on a different level this year.
He runs uphill with weights on, my boys.
Yeah. I think the Giants.
I've seen his workout. It's insane.
To answer that question though, Jaire Alexander, it gets them stable at corner more than they were. It's better than Stevens. Because I remember we was grilling Stevens last year.
Oh man,
so,
we had a field day.
Yeah, so I think he's better than him. So I think it upgrades it to that, to that standard. I think that having a guy that like-minded with Lamar Jackson, I think that bolsters their locker room a little bit. They used to play at Louisville together, so I think that helps him in that from a leadership standpoint, from a locker room standpoint, having another dog with him. But he talked too much for me. His history versus Buffalo is subpar. So I don't like picking up 30-something-year-old corners. It's not my flavor. So I don't think it really does much for them.
You can pick up Alexander all you want and try to make your roster look pretty with the names on it. You think that you upgraded. That's nice. So did we. We upgraded and they're younger.
2, 3, 4-fold.
We have so many corners. We have so many corners in our stable right now. It's going to be sick, bro. It's going to be sick. Sick. Our defensive line is way bigger. We will be getting to the quarterback a lot more than we would last year. Our defense is going to look totally different, bro. We got beasts now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's personal. That's why I said it's a whole – I don't know, man. I'm more excited for us when we play the Baltimore Ravens and the Chiefs. This is a whole new rival. This is new energy to me. This brings me life. It give me something to look for now. I ain't gonna lie, man. I love it.
Let me ask you a question. Does it matter if we beat the Chiefs in the regular season?
No.
I want us to lose.
Yeah. Because I don't give a damn about the regular season. I don't give a damn about the regular season. They can beat us 50-0, and I won't give a damn. I'll still yell at the TV and talk shit, but I'll be all right with that as long as we stomp their ass in the playoffs.
That's all we got to do. That's all we have to do. And I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. No, I want you to go.
It's to the point where I would sit Josh in that game just purposely. Just so when it gets to the playoffs, they're like, damn, this wasn't the team we faced before. Like, yeah, nah, definitely. But that's just me being funny, though. Go ahead.
And I love this comment because I forgot all about this, right? By Dalton Smith. Where is that? It's John Harbaugh as well. He is 3-7 since they won Super Bowl. First of all,
for me.
There you go. Oh, you might as well cook then.
Yeah, because John Harbaugh he's the Mike Tomlin as well. He's one of those guys that's been there tenure for so long, and then doesn't get it done. And it's not just Lamar. He doesn't adjust well. This time in his coaching tenure, he does not adjust well. So I just think that when they already had the MO on Derrick Henry. They didn't adjust well. They choked in that whole first half of football. They got to the second half, and they started giving the ball more to Derrick. They started getting more tired. The defense started getting a little more tired trying to tackle him. And then they flipped again. They went and took him off the field, took Derrick off the field. And I'm sitting there like, finally, they took Derrick off the field. Because the next guy up is Justice Hill, and then he goes for like -2. So he's not doing anything. So his adjustment period did not go well. So I mean, then they have another running back, Mitchell. He's a fast guy too, but he tore his ACL. He was supposed to be the change of pace back there in Baltimore, and now they don't have that either. So now it's just all Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry or nothing. It's not a point. I don't even care about Lamar no more.
Hold on. We got a comment from Pedro. Love the show, boys. Let me get on the show one of these Mondays. I'll take my lunch and hop on.
We got your phone number. We finally got you in contact. We know that you're alive and well. We try to get you. You've been on conversations with us in the back room for so damn long. So we gonna get you on.
Come on, Pedro Peasy. Come on, big cuz. We'll going on over.
We can fill that fourth slot over here.
Yeah. Come on, dog. Hey, listen, man. I'm just putting it out there, man. We may be able to do this next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna see. Oh, well, not this week. Next week I got family coming in, but the week after, it's going down, bro. 2 weeks, you won't hear. Oh yeah. Stay in contact. We're gonna make a group chat for all of us. All right, well, what else we have next? What else we got here? Dalton Smith. Let's not forget Zay Flowers did bonehead move against Chiefs. Well, I'm gonna say this: regardless of Zay Flowers and what he did, they wasn't gonna win that game. They not built to make it to the Super Bowl, bro. They just not. And then not only that, Baltimore have to play number of cold teams. Lamar and Derrick Henry only played 3 to 4 cold games in their whole damn career. Literally, these guys they do not like that cold. And then one thing about Derrick Henry, I'm telling people this. I don't know why people think I'm lying. Watch when he play. Derrick Henry does not like getting hit.
No.
He used to be an abuser, but he's not used to being abused. If you hit Derrick Henry one good time, he's not running like that for the rest of the game. Pay attention to when he play. I'm telling y'all, he's not like that no more.
Definitely.
I love man. I know they love him. But hey, man, I'm about to say, but with that being said, man, we are about to end the show. Thank y'all for tuning in into another episode of Bills United Podcast, man. But before we go, hey, man, Ransom, man, tell the people where they could find you at, brother.
Hey, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming in and keeping us going in the comments, because we actually had a game that we were supposed to do, and we didn't get to it because you guys were so great today that we got to feed off the comments. I'm Joey Hatch, Ransom on Facebook. You can find me at 12th Man Mafia. I'm there all day. I love to talk Bills. You'll see me. Trust that.
Hell yeah.
But not only that, man. Hey, man, HB, man. Hey, listen, man. I want you to take us away, man. Got any last words to say to the people, man, to the folks?
Hey, man, you know what it is. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff on X. We got Bills United Pie on X. We got Bills United Podcast on Facebook, Bills United Podcast on Instagram and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe for everybody that loved the video. And everybody that got something to say, just comment on there and we're going to pull it up. We are not scared for any comments. It is a war room out here. So
stay tuned.
Yep.
And stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yes,
new intro, all kinds of stuff. So y'all lock in.
Summer's still young, boy. Let's go.
And last thing, make sure y'all are around for week 1, because this is gonna be diabolical on here. We're gonna have a special guest making his second debut on this show. So stay tuned. It's gonna get real crazy out here, man. But with that being said, man, go Bills, man. I love y'all, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we gonna catch y'all next Monday, man. We out. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
We here, big dog. Man, we here, big dog.